I stumbled across this video the other day. I'm going to say that. I am not going to preface this video by saying anything. I'm going to let it speak for itself as it begins. Take us away.
The daughter of two mothers, a lesbian couple, is coming out against same-sex marriage. Now, this 31-year-old by the name of Heather Barwick used to be a supporter of same-sex marriage because she had a relatively lovely childhood. In fact, she had a great mother, and she says that her stepmother raised her as her own, and she learned a lot of great things from her parents. However, she has decided that that's not good enough, and she doesn't want any same-sex couple to have the right to get married. Now, here's what she has to say. She submitted this very intelligent essay to the Federalist. She said, "Gay community, I am your daughter. My mom raised me with her same-sex partner back in the 80s and 90s. I'm writing to you because I'm letting myself out of the closet. I don't support gay marriage. But it might not be for the reasons you think. It's not because you're gay. I love you so much. It's because of the nature of the same-sex relationship itself." Okay, so stop right there. As I read this part of the essay, I'm like, is she going to talk about gay sex? Like,
stop right there. See, what really gets me is why in the bloody hell would your first thought be gay people having sex when she talked about the nature of a gay relationship? The girl is talking about parenting. I have to remember that this is Anna Kasparian we're talking about. After all, she is one who wishes to have sex like a man without having any understanding of what that entails. This is also the same, and I mean, I can go on and on all day about how Anna Kasparian really isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but no, Anna, she's not talking about sex between two gay people. That has nothing to do with parenting.
what do you mean the nature of, like, did she become a born-again Christian and that's why she has, no.
Now, before I finished watching this video when she said that, I challenged myself, and I challenged myself to say, let me see if I can pick out exactly what that girl's problem was before Anna even got to this point. And as it turns out, I was right. Let's see if you guys can pick out what's about to happen here.
Turns out that her mother was obviously a lesbian. She knew she was a lesbian, but it was a different time when it wasn't accepted at all to be gay. So she decided, all right, well, I'm going to somehow suppress these feelings I have for other women, and I'm going to marry a guy, right? And so she gets married to Heather's father, and they have Heather. And then about 3 years later, they actually divorce because Heather's mom wants to be with someone that she's actually in love with. Now, at that point, Heather's father decided to be a dick and not be part of her life at all. And so Heather's pissed about that because she thinks same-sex marriage has led to her father kind of disowning her.
This is what happens when a gender ideologue is faced with an obvious truth, when they're faced with reality. This is actually a great video, and I have another video coming up right after this one to really delve deep into what happens when a gender ideologue faces reality. Never mind the fact that this woman, okay, Heather's mom, lied to her husband for 3 years. No one mentions that, the fact that she never even liked the man. She never wanted to be with the man. She had a child with someone she didn't even like, wasn't even attracted to, and then 3 years later she was like, hey, well, you know, listen, I don't like you, so, bye. Oh, and I'm gonna take your child away from you too, so, you know. 3 years of his life just got wasted on someone who didn't even like him. But do these guys talk about that? No, of course not. They don't care about all that. So let's just keep watching and see what happens next.
Which is ridiculous. All right, so let me give you more. Her partner, referring to her stepmom, treated me as if I was her own daughter. Along with my mom's partner, I also inherited her tight-knit community of gay and lesbian friends. As she grew up with her loving mom, Barwick writes, her family taught her how to be brave, have empathy, how to listen, and how to stand up for myself, even if that means I stand alone. So everything's great. It's just that her dad's a dick, and she's like, well, my dad's a dick, so I don't want same-sex couples to get married.
Anna, you are so unbearably stupid sometimes that it literally causes a great degree of pain in my skull. Keep talking.
Okay, so your mom was great to you, your stepmom was great to you. They were all lovely. The only person in the story who's a dick is your dad.
Never mind the fact that her mom lied to her dad for 3 years. He's the only dick, though, in the story. Never mind the fact that a woman who didn't even like him wasted 3 years of his life. But he's the only dick in the story. I just want you guys to remember that.
Right? Because, I mean, if I have a kid, I don't care what happened with the mom. I don't care who she's staying with. It's my kid. I care about the kid. I could hate the mom. I'd still love the kid, right? No, the guy leaves, and he's like, since the heterosexual dad was an asshole, I'm going to decide that you, loving couple that raised me with incredible love and care, as I admit, shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. The lack of logic is stunning.
This is amazing cognitive dissonance going on here. Amazing. Like, amazing. Like, it's fantastic. Wow. Keep going, Shane.
So let me give you some more, okay? Because I want to do justice to her argument, even though I think her argument is crazy. So not only is she upset that her dad isn't part of her life, she feels that a child who is the product of a same-sex couple is missing out on something extremely important, which is a male and female dynamic. So
Which is a clear and obvious truth, except it's lost on these gender ideologues.
So she continues on. Same-sex marriage and parenting withholds either a mother or father from a child while telling him or her that it doesn't matter, that it's all the same. But it's not. A lot of us, a lot of your kids are hurting. My father's absence created a huge hole in me, and I ached every day for a dad. I loved my mom's partner, but another mom could never have replaced the father I lost. Okay, so stop right there. She's seeing everything from her own bubble and her own context, right?
Pot calling the kettle black.
So she had some sort of relationship with a dad, and then the dad just disappeared.
No. His gay wife said, I don't like you. Huge divorce. Bye. Oh, and I'm taking your child away from you too. That's what happened.
Okay? Didn't want to be part of her life. She obviously holds some resentment over that. But holding resentment toward her female parents, right, which I'm sure she'll deny that she has, but she obviously does, is ridiculous.
No, it's so ridiculous that a woman can just boldface lie to her husband and then take the child away from him, and then somehow when the child is upset about the fact that they don't have their dad, it's ridiculous. Right? Is that what I just heard there?
To say same-sex couples shouldn't get married because the kid is going to miss out on something is just wrong.
So her life is wrong, Anna. Her life is wrong. Like, she didn't live her life. No. You didn't miss out on having your dad in your life, Heather. Your life is just incorrect. You're just not right about your own life. This is marvelous.
And that's based on scientific studies that have actually looked at children of same-sex couples and found that not only do they have lives that are just as good as kids who have heterosexual parents, in some cases they have better lives.
Except how in the holy hell do you quantify that, Anna? How do you scientifically quantify that a child has a better life? How? How? The answer to that question is you can't. The quality of someone's life can only be determined by the individual living their life. If you look at monetary gain, then you would just say that people who have lots of money therefore live better lives. Except we can see that a lot of people, especially a lot of these celebrities who have lots of money, are miserable. Just because they can provide for themselves financially, it doesn't make their life better. Even if these homosexual relationships have a quality of life where the living conditions are better, it doesn't mean that the child is happy. There's no way to quantify happiness, you idiot. And not only that, but a woman who is a product of said homosexual relationship just bloody told you that it wasn't. But of course, her life is wrong, so her life is just not right.
Okay.
So I think the gay community has been too kind to her, based on, admittedly,
Yes.
What I've read, right? So, for example, in this Yahoo article, a lot of the gay rights activists are like, look, we feel for her, and la la. What are you talking? I don't feel for her. I don't. I think what she did is terrible. You know, she gave it to the Federalist. She wrote this article for. There was a conservative website, also in the Christian publication World. They take her and they use her for their own propaganda to say, hey, you see that?
Yeah.
Your love is worthless.
No, you dumbass. She didn't say her love was worthless. She said it's not the same, and it's not.
And even if you spent your whole life raising this kid and you did it all right, and she admits you did it right, she admits you gave her love and made her a strong woman, she used that strength against you to undermine you to make sure that other people can't do likewise. No, it's an enormous betrayal. An enormous betrayal.
Yes, but let us forever forget the fact that that woman even exists because her mother deceived her father into a marriage for 3 years and then said, hey, I don't like you. Bye. Oh, and also I'm taking your child away from you. Again, I'm not defending this man for leaving his child. I don't think he should have done that, obviously. I think they should have stayed together. In fact, I don't even think the woman should have ever gotten married and had sex with this man in the first place, considering the fact that she didn't like him. But I mean, what's done is done. And again, I agree with anyone who says that the father should have stayed. He should have stayed, absolutely. But at least we berate him. At least we say something about that. At least we say that's wrong. Never mind the fact that this woman lied.
And it's the most ironic, ridiculous logic I've ever seen.
Let me sum up Heather's argument in a nutshell for you, Shink. The nature of a homosexual relationship between two men and two women is that it is two men and two women raising a heterosexual child. Well, that child does not learn from his parents how to relate to the opposite sex, depending on the sex that the child is. For example, if you have two men raising a daughter, the daughter does not learn how to relate to other women because she's being raised by two men. And those two men, no matter how much they may act or pretend to be like women, they're not women fundamentally. This is, of course, where the gender ideologues will then come and spout their nonsense. So I'm just going to take their nonsense and I'm going to throw it out of the goddamn window. When two women raise a daughter, she does not get the love and affection from her father. She does not learn how to relate to other men. She does not get the identity that the father instills in her. Well, yes, it is true that two men and two women can raise a child and send them off to college. They cannot teach them the dynamics between a male and a female that the child learns from their mom and their dad. And somehow that's backwards logic, when really it's an obvious truth. Obviously, a woman cannot be a man. Two women cannot teach a boy how to be a man. The same way two men cannot teach a girl how to be a woman, no matter how much they like to pretend that they are or are not their sex. You gender ideologues can get as mad as you want to. This is called obvious truth, the bane to your existence.
My dad left. So my mom shouldn't have gotten married to another woman. But if she didn't, then she would have been a single mom, and your dad wouldn't have been there anyway. So why are you blaming your mom and the person that she loved and the person who loved you back?
Because her mom deceived her dad, dumbass.
No, it's a terrible betrayal. She's a terrible person for doing this to her mom and her stepmom.
We're just going to forget the fact that a man lost 3 years of his life, right? Just that didn't happen.
But you don't understand, Jank. In her essay, she says that she's not doing it because she dislikes them. She loves the gay community so much. So much that she wants to take their rights away from them, or in some cases, not even give them the opportunity to enjoy those rights. Just stop. See outside your bubble. Your argument is stupid. The only person you should be angry at is your father, not same-sex couples or the couple that raised you and gave you a great life.
Yeah, and I let that last clip play out just to give you guys some closure. So, join me in the next video as we delve deeper into this amazing level of cognitive dissonance. That being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and check out a video I made a couple months ago called Why Children Need Their Fathers. Very important video. I'm also going to link another video by a user by the name of Truth Over Everything. He's in MGTOW. He's a great guy. Go check his channel out. Also watch his video on the topic of why children need their fathers. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and click the like button. And go ahead and click that subscribe button. Tune in for the next video. And as always, have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.